doing?
Well, I was thinking about going dark.
Dark? You're already dark, baby.
No, that ain't what I mean. I mean dark-sided. Dark-sided. See, listen.
What side of you is going to be darker than what you already are?
No, not my skin. That ain't what I'm talking about. What I mean, the other day I was looking at, well, here it goes again, Chris Caliente.
Okay.
He had him and another fella. They were riding JC, I think.
Yeah.
And they were riding, and JC was telling Chris that he went dark-sided.
Okay.
And see what dark-siding is? It's when you take the car tire.
Yeah.
And you slap it on there like that. You slap it on there. You slap
Why would you want to do that?
Well, I know I said I wasn't going to do nothing like that, but, you know, JC said he'd been doing it for years, and it saves him money on buying tires.
Okay.
And then Chris, you know, he said he wasn't going to do it, but he did.
Goldwing Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who is fearless. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause in a world of reckless automobiles. These are my motovlogs.
What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Chris, out on the Goldwing. Out on the Goldwing. And today, August the 23rd, 2018. And today I'm riding with a special guest, a man that needs no introduction, a man that's able to bend steel, has plenty of sex appeal. He's been dark-siding since Moby Dick was a minnow. Let's give it up for our very own JC, aka Double D, Double Darkside. What's going on, JC?
Oh, not a lot, man.
We got JC riding with JC today. I must tell everybody that JC is the reason that I have decided to go Double Darkside. He was the deciding factor in my decision to go Double Darkside.
Well, I'm glad you finally went that direction.
I'm gonna be honest with you, JC. I think it was one of the best moves I made thus far since buying my Goldwing.
Yeah, I knew you would like it. You know, it's just a matter of making that move.
Yeah.
Matter of making that move.
Well,
it looks good on your bike, man.
I got the BT45 on the front. I got the Bridgestone drive guard on the rear. 195, 55, 16. And JC, you had been telling me for the longest. You said, Chris, you are the perfect candidate for Darkside. But I wasn't listening. You know.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way I'm going to put a car tire on my bike. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, I knew sooner or later, you know, as much as you drive, you know, oh, that looks good on there, Chris. That really looks good.
You like it?
Yeah. That really looks good. Yeah, I knew that you were a candidate. You were a candidate because you drive a lot of miles, and boy, you was hopping them states like a grasshopper, man.
From
every
coast.
time I turn around, you was in Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas,
Caliente.
Mississippi, you know.
Caliente was coast to coast.
Coast to coast.
Man, I was going coast to coast. I was eating up some tires.
Yeah, and you know, since I met you, you bought 2 sets. I've only known you a year, and I was like, when that last set, I was like, yeah, I need to probably mention it again, because you know, I was thinking, well, he's buying some tires.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, we hit that groove pavement coming back from Lambert's.
Yeah.
And I had the first late on the back. I had the trailer on the back. The bike was squirrely going down the interstate.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of did it for me. But you had been telling me for the longest, you know, Chris, you're the perfect candidate to Darkside, rather. And let alone Double Darkside. I wasn't having it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, it was like the light went off. You know,
Yeah.
ding.
Time to make a move.
So,
Yeah.
and a
it's
lot of
like,
people, man, once I decided to go dark side, a lot of people came out and said, you know what, I'm double dark side and I want a double dark side. If you like it, Chris, let me
Yeah.
know what you think about it because I want to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, the feedback has been overwhelming.
Well, then, by all means, I want a smooth ride. Do you know how to put it on there?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
You've done it before?
I ain't never done this before.
I think people will try it and be happy with it. I used to tell everybody, if you buy a car tire and put it on the back and you don't like it, I'll buy it. That's how confident I was.
Right.
You know, that nobody could buy one and use it and then actually say the bike tire is better. But, you know, I mean, somebody might, you know.
Well, from
Depending on how you drive. If you ride really aggressively, too aggressively, you might would prefer a bike tire. But if people that ride like that usually eat up bike tires. I knew a guy that said that he could only get 5,000 miles out of a Goldwing rear tire because of the way he rode. Now I don't know anybody personally that rides a Goldwing like that.
right.
But if all I was getting was 5,000 miles out of a rear tire, first of all, I would have to buy the absolute best motorcycle tire that you can buy, which would probably either be a Metzler or a Dunlop, either an E4 or an ME880. So that's what I was riding when well, the E4 hadn't come out. I hadn't bought a bike tire since 2010. And I used to buy E3s and ME880s, which I like the Metzler better than the E. Now, when Dunlop made the E2, I liked the Elite better.
Right.
But I didn't really care for the E3. The tread design was really good for getting caught in the rain, but as far as longevity, it didn't seem to last as long. So I like the ME880. But, you know, if I was eating up tires in 5,000 miles, I would buy a really good car tire that had rounded corners. It would still be a car tire.
Right.
You know, anything a bike tire can do, a car tire can do longer. And, you know.
Let me ask you this question, JC. But what do you say to the viewers, the ones that's always saying, well, you voiding your warranty. Your insurance company is not going to cover you. What do you have to say to those guys?
A warranty warrants the motorcycle. Since the car tire doesn't affect, now keep in mind that whatever I say is going to be, it's got to be checked by the fact that, you know, the tire itself is not going to affect the bike in a way that could cause warranty issues. Now, there's always going to be somebody that disagrees. But, I mean, if you buy a new bike and you got a warranty on it, okay, the warranty is only on the motorcycle. It's not on the tires anyway. If you notice, every time you buy a new car, if you look in your glove box, you have a separate warranty booklet just for the tire, because the tire manufacturer warrants the tire, not the car. Now, if something, I can't imagine what would happen on a tire that could affect a motorcycle that would be warranted. You know, your putting a car tire on the back of your bike is not going to make your engine lock up. It's not going to ruin your transmission. It's not going to make your alternator go out prematurely. It's not going to make your starter quit. You know,
So
it's not going to make it's not going to give you an electrical problem. You're not going to have problems with your lights and your gauges because you have a car tire on there. So, you know, regardless of what tire you put on your bike, it's not even going to come into play with your warranty.
Exactly.
But if a person is afraid, don't do it.
Right.
You know.
That's what I say. If you're afraid that putting a car tire on your bike is going to void your warranty. Don't do it. It's just that simple.
And as far as insurance is concerned, when you have a wreck on a bike, most of the time, unfortunately, because of motorcycles, most of the time the person goes to the morgue. But if you're one of those that are fortunate enough to go home or go to the hospital for a while and then go home, meaning you live, then your insurance is not even going to come into play. They don't even want to go look at a bike because 99% of the time a bike is totaled.
Exactly.
Even if the rider's not totaled, the bike is totaled. When I got hit by that drunk driver a few years back, I had a car tire on my bike. No insurance rep went to look at that bike. That bike was totaled. I was hit by a guy in a Jeep Grand Cherokee. They didn't go look at that bike. It wasn't nothing left of it.
Right.
They sent me a check. They didn't come visit me in the hospital. They didn't go to the scrapyard and look at the motorcycle, see what kind of tires were on it. You know?
You mean to tell me they didn't send your brakes off to the forensic lab to make sure that your pads wasn't worn out?
No, they didn't go check. They didn't go see what my antifreeze looked like. They didn't send my oil off for an analysis, you know.
They didn't check your maintenance records at the dealer to verify that you had your bike serviced at Honda?
They didn't even check to see if I had a cavity. They just paid the bill.
Right.
They just paid the bill.
Exactly.
And when I got out of the hospital, I took some time off and chilled out for a while. And, you know, the next bike I bought was this. I already knew what kind of tire to put on. So.
And it looks good too, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I knew I was going to put a car tire on it. Oh, that's what I've been riding. And I've had this one for a couple of years. Not that many miles. I don't ride that many miles now. But it's been on for a couple of years. It's been fine.
You know, JC, when we was riding not long ago and I looked back and I saw that car tire on the back of your bike.
Yeah.
That kind of helped made my decision.
It looks real meaty and beefy, doesn't it?
I mean, it is. It's bigger.
Yeah.
You got a wider footprint.
Yep.
You got a deeper tread depth.
Yep.
I mean, I can just go on about the advantages. I was kind of saving that for my final review, but it's got more grip, so it's gonna stop faster. The bike is gonna not want to fall over.
Right.
When you come into a stop.
Yep. And those are extra bonuses.
Yeah.
The main thing that made me get into it is because I had a flat and nobody would fix it. And I knew if I had a car tire, they just plugged those. And, you know, of course, they don't plug them anymore. I found that out when I had a flat with my car tire with my car last year. They don't even fix, they don't plug car tires anymore.
Yeah, I noticed that. If you get a flat, let me ask you this question, JC, and this is for the viewers because I already know the answer to these questions, but what happens if you get a flat on your motorcycle? Let's say you're taking a trip and for some reason you get a flat on your motorcycle. What would happen? Will they plug the tire? Would they patch the tire? What would they do?
I'm going to answer this, but keep in mind this was in 2010. So this was 8 years ago. I had a flat about a month and a half, or less than 2 months after I bought a new set of tires for my bike. And I had a flat. And it was a holiday weekend. So I just called the dealer. I thought, no biggie, I'll call the dealer and I'll go get my flat fixed and continue on for the 3-day weekend.
Right.
And they told me, well, we don't fix flats. I was like, you mean I can't, what do you mean you don't fix flats? That's like a plumber telling you, well, we don't fix toilets. So, you know, you buy a new toilet. So, you know, I was like, I have a flat. I got to have it patched. They said, we don't do that anymore. Where have you been? And, you know, I said, well, what am I supposed to do? They said, you buy a new tire. I will sell you a kit. You can fix it yourself. We don't do it anymore because of insurance liability. We can't take the risk. And not wanting to be without a bike for the weekend, it was a 3-day weekend. I just went in there and bought a tire.
You bought a motorcycle tire.
Bought a motorcycle tire and went on about my happy way.
Okay.
But the deciding factor was less than a month after that, I picked up another screw. Nobody could have worse luck than that. And I knew what was going to happen. There was no use in even calling them anymore. So I got on the internet and started looking at this darksiding thing that I'd heard about. Never even thought about getting a car tire, but I thought I would look into it. And when I started looking on the forum, I was looking at on the forums, they were talking about it, and I was scared. I didn't join the forum, but there's forums about darksiding all over the internet. And, you know, the other people on there were talking about me, because I couldn't really join in the conversation. I wasn't a member.
Right.
So they were just talking back and forth about me. And one of the guys said, like, well, who is this guy? What is he talking about? What does he mean? How does it work? Where, you know, and finally one of the guys actually answered my question as, you know, what is this stuff all about? He said, people have been doing this since the 70s.
That's right.
I turned off my computer and ordered a car tire. I figured that the debate was dead. If they've been talking about this, if people have been riding car tires for 30, 40 years, there's no research to be done. There was no research to be done. There's no debate to be had. There's no questions. All that's been put to rest long before I ever bought my first motorcycle. And I'm an old man. Basically what that means is when I was in, people were riding Firefly car tires on motorcycles. And so at that point, I didn't have any more questions. I just went in. I asked them one more question, where can I get one put on? And a guy told me where to go in Arkansas. And so I went and got the car tires, and I ordered the best one that I thought. I mean, you can get any tire you want. You're only buying one, so you can literally buy any tire in the world you want to get, no matter how high it is, no matter what kind of performance. It's gonna run longer than a motorcycle tire, which, you know, 10 to 15,000 miles. I just went and bought. At that particular time, I didn't know any better. It was a good tire, but it wasn't my style of tire. I bought a Kumo 80,000 mile tire, and I really enjoyed it, but it had a soft sidewall, so I had to run a lot of air in there. I had to put 46 PSI in it. Because it had a soft, it was made for comfort, passenger car comfort, you know. So it was kind of soft for me. But again, the major deciding factor is I couldn't find anybody to fix the flat, and I figured with a car tire on there, worst case scenario, I could get somebody to plug it with a tire plug and hot glue, like they do on cars. All the other things that came along were bonuses. I wasn't prepared for the soft ride. I wasn't prepared for that extra traction. I was caught off guard by the way it rolled in the rain. Everything improved. Everything improved. When you take off, you got better grip. When you stop, you got better grip. When you corner, you got better grip. People think you lose grip. You gain grip when you turn. And, it's just been better in every way. So I kind of forgot about the longevity. I don't even hardly think about that anymore.
So basically,
but it's the comfort factor, you know.
So you had a motorcycle tire on your bike. You had a flat over the 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
You said, no problem. I don't want to be without my bike, so go ahead and just put me a motorcycle tire back on there.
Bike or dust.
Less than a month later, you picked up a screw.
Yeah.
And at that point, it was like you knew nobody was going to fix it. So
Yep.
you went on and said, I'm going to the dark side.
Went ahead and went to the dark side.
And you haven't looked back.
Never looked back. Never looked back. And the guys were really helpful at the bike shop. If anybody needs any bike work, if anybody needs anything, not just, darksiding purposes. If you're in the Conway, Arkansas area, Little Rock, Conway, that is an excellent, Conway Cycle Shop is an excellent motorcycle shop. They are an excellent motorcycle.
Conway Cycle Shop, and you said they're in Conway, Arkansas?
Conway, Arkansas.
Conway, Arkansas.
Yeah.
And they don't have no problem putting car tires on your motorcycle?
Not at all. Not at all. And they do a good job. And he gave me a lot of pointers. And he told me, you know, it's going to feel different. Just, you know, spend the weekend getting used to it. Well, that weekend, I rode 400 miles. I left out that Saturday and rode 400 miles that weekend. And by Monday, when I rode back, when I went to work that Monday, I couldn't even tell any difference anymore.
Right.
Hey, you want to hear something funny?
What's that, JC?
I was that Sunday night, late that Sunday night, I was at a convenience, stopped in to get something to drink.
Okay.
And these guys came in a pickup, and they came in and said, "Hey man, is that your bike out there?" And I said, "Yeah, that's mine." He said, "Let me tell you something. That's a big bike you got." I had a Honda VTX 1800. He said, "Let me tell you something." He said, "You're gonna think this is hillbilly. You're gonna think it's redneck, but I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna laugh at me. You're gonna talk about me, but listen to me. It's not gonna make any sense to you. But let me tell you this: if you want to do something smart, go buy a car tire and put it on the back of your motorcycle."
On the VTX?
Yeah. And I was telling him, I said, "Well, you might think this is hillbilly. You might think this is redneck. You might think it's stupid, but I'm going to tell you something. I already got one on there."
He didn't know who he was talking
He
to.
didn't know, yeah. It turned out those guys that just got back from riding all the way to Alaska on their bike. Him and his brother and his dad, they rode around the country. That's what he said. They rode to Florida, and then they rode all the way to California and up to Alaska. They rode all around. They hit the corner.
Right.
And they had even crossed over into Canada and came back. So that was a real interesting story there. That was funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your overall experience with riding on car tires have been good?
It's been really good. I haven't found one flaw.
One flaw. You just heard it, ladies and gentlemen. JC said he hasn't had one flaw with running a car tire.
Yep.
And JC been darksiding since Moby Dick was a minnow.
There's people who've been riding a lot longer than me. I guess if there's one flaw, if you can say one negative thing about a car tire, if you could say one negative thing, it would be that it can cause you to be kind of remiss in your maintenance duties. The guy told me that when I bought it. He said, "Now, because you have a tire that ain't ever going to wear out," he said, "bring the bike in every couple of years so we can look at the back and grease everything. Because otherwise, you won't go to the shop." So he said, "Come back every couple of years, let us grease the rear end, change out your oil." Things that you would normally be getting looked at because, you know, every 10, 15,000 miles, they're looking at the rear end anyway.
Right.
But he said, "You're going to get so comfortable with this, you're just going to get on the bike like your car. You know, you just get on it, go."
Right.
Fuel injection and car tires have really changed motorcycles. You know? And you just get on them and start them up. You remember back in the day when you had to start your motorcycle up and wait a minute?
Yeah.
You had to turn on, push the choke up and start it up and wait a while. And you check the air every time, you know, and you oiled your chain. And check your
I can remember. I remember them days.
All that free bike inspection.
Yeah, T-clocks.
Yeah. Now you go out there and get on the bike and turn the key and take off.
And take off. Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
So they said it can make you kind of sleepy. You go to sleep and forget about your maintenance stuff.
Yeah.
That's why last year I took it in there and just left it for a couple hours. Said, "Man, just do whatever you think you need. Give me a lube job. I'm going to eat." You know.
I tell you what, man, the responses have been overwhelming. And I mean, it's like people coming out saying, "Hey, I've been dark siding, and then I got the people saying, Chris, because you're doing it, I'm gonna do it. So
Yeah.
I just want to thank you for showing me the way. And
Appreciate it.
and I think that a lot of people is gonna benefit just because we're running car tires on our bike. So I'm out here with JC today. We are both double dark-sided.
We're breaking every rule in the book, Chris.
We're breaking every rule in the book. You're gonna crash and burn, JC,
Oh, hell!
for running car tires on your bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... I don't...
I mean, it's just as smooth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I haven't had a bike tire in, I guess it's been 8 years now.
Right.
And like I said, if they had fixed that flat, I never would have bought a car tire. I would have never learned.
Right.
So, you know.
And the thing about it, you know, like I said, if you have a flat on your motorcycle tire, their solution is, oh, you got to buy a new tire.
Right.
Well, what if you just bought that tire 2 weeks ago?
They told me if you buy a tire and you go out the car, if you leave out of our shop and have a flat, all we can do is sell you another brand new.
Yeah, and that happened to another biker I know. He was riding out of Texas. Adam Nunn. He said by the time he made the Forest City on a new tire, he had a flat, a brand new motorcycle tire. And they're not going to fix it.
No,
And then some people may say, well, what about a car tire? Well, one thing about a car tire, you can plug it. You can plug it. And the good thing about a car tire is it's a lot cheaper than a motorcycle tire. You're going to get more rubber for a lower price.
Yep.
Baby, what are you doing?
Well, I was thinking about going dark.
Dark? You're already dark, baby.
No, that ain't what I mean. I mean dark-sided. Dark-sided. See, listen.
What side of you is going to be darker than what you already are?
No, not my skin. That ain't what I'm talking about. What I mean, the other day I was looking at, well, here it goes again, Chris Caliente.
Okay.
He had him and another feller. They were riding JC, I think.
Yeah.
And they were riding, and JC was telling Chris that he went dark-sided.
Okay.
And see what dark-siding is? It's when you take the car tire
Yeah.
and you slap it on there like that. You slap it on there. You
Well,
slap
why
it
would
on
you
the
want to
rear.
do that?
Well, I know I said I wasn't going to do nothing like that, but, you know, JC said he'd been doing it for years, and it saves him money on buying tires.
Okay.
And then Chris, you know, he said he wasn't going to do it, but he did it. And when he did it, he put the first lady on the back. He put the first lady on the back. And when she got on the back, he asked her, what'd she think about it?
Yeah.
You know what she said?
What?
She said it was smooth.
Wow. Well, then, by all means, I want a smooth ride. Do you know how to put it on there?
Well, yeah, I'm going to give it a shot.
You've done it before?
I ain't never done this before.
And you want me to ride on the back to Tennessee?
Well, listen, darling, what I'm going to do, you know, I want you to be smooth, too. She said it was smooth. Don't you want to be smooth?
Yeah, I do.
It's my duty.
Well, just talk. Chris has put it on, so talk to him first, get his advice, and just make sure you put it on just right. Because I'm riding back there. I don't want it to come flying off.
Well, you know, I take an honor. It's my duty to please that booty.
Well, I appreciate that your booty wants to come home safe and sound, okay?
Well, you're going to be safe. I'm going to put it on there, and it's going to be nice.
Okay, I trust you. Have fun with that. Have fun. Bye. I'm going back in the house. I'm going to leave you alone. Bye.
She don't trust me.